You know that feeling when you just feel younger than you are? Or maybe some days a little older? Well, it turns out that feeling might be more real than you think. Your birthday tells you one thing, but science is now showing us there's a different, and honestly, a way more important number to pay attention to, your biological age. So let's get into what that actually means.
So, right off the bat, we've got to understand that we all have two ages. The first one, that's your chronological age, the one you celebrate with cake and candles. But the second one, that's the one that really tells the story of your health and, well, how long you might live. I mean, just think about that for a second. What if the number of birthdays you've had is just a guideline? What if your body is actually humming along like someone much younger, or, on the flip side, someone much older? This isn't science fiction, folks. This is the whole idea behind biological age. Okay, so to put it simply, biological age has nothing to do with counting the years. It's all about how well your body is actually working. Think of it like this. You could have a 55-year-old who has the cardiovascular system of a 35-year-old. That's their biological age in action. It's a measure of your youth span, not just your lifespan.
And this is where it gets really wild. Just look at that number. A major study took a whole group of people who were all chronologically 38 years old. But when they measured their biological ages, they spanned from their late 20s all the way to their late 40s. That is a 20-year gap. It's just incredible proof of how much our lifestyle can literally speed up or slow down the clock.
So, you're probably asking, how is that even possible? Well, the secret is deep, deep inside our cells. It's kind of like our bodies have a built-in switch that can either slam the accelerator on aging or gently tap the brakes. And it all comes down to how our body senses the food we eat. See, every single cell in your body has these things called nutrient sensors. You might have heard of one of the big ones, a pathway called TOR. Their job is to constantly check for nutrients floating around, like proteins and sugars. And based on what they find, they tell your body to do one of two things, either grow or repair. And this lays it out perfectly. When you eat a big meal, especially one with a lot of protein and sugar, these sensors shout, "Go, go, go!" They activate those growth pathways and your body goes into growth mode. Now, that's great when you're a teenager, but as an adult, it also speeds up aging. But when those nutrients are low, like when you're fasting, the body flips a switch. It goes into maintenance mode. And this is where the magic happens. It starts cleaning up shop, repairing cells, and that slows the aging process way, way down. And as the legendary longevity expert Dr. Valter Longo explains it, this is a super ancient survival program. Evolution figured out that if there's not enough food to go around, the smart thing to do is to hunker down, preserve the body, and basically extend your life to give you a better shot later on. It's a powerful, built-in anti-aging program we all have. Okay, so this brings us to the really practical question, right? How do we flip that switch on purpose? One of the most popular ways is daily fasting. But the experts are kind of debating just how long you need to fast to get the good stuff without running into any risks. The method we're talking about is called time-restricted eating, or TRE. It sounds fancy, but it's super simple. You just decide to eat all your food within a certain window of time each day, say 10 hours, and then you fast for the other 14. The big debate, though, is all about the exact timing. So you've got two main camps here. In one corner, you have Dr. Longo. He's a fan of the 12-hour fast. His argument is that most people eat over a 15-hour window, so just shrinking that to 12 hours is a huge win. It's safe, it's sustainable, and it avoids potential long-term risks. Then, in the other corner, you have the research from Zoe, which Dr. Tim Spector often talks about. Their big study found that people who pushed it to a 14-hour fast saw even bigger benefits for their mood, energy, and weight. So, what's the verdict? A 12-hour fast is probably a great, safe starting point for literally everyone. The longer fasts, they might give you an extra boost, but they're not for everybody. But what if you want to go for a much deeper cellular cleanup, a real reset? Well, that's where a more intense but periodic approach comes into play. It's called the fasting mimicking diet. This was developed by Dr. Longo and his team after decades of research. It's a very specific 5-day meal plan. And no, you're not just drinking water. You actually get to eat these specially designed meals that are low in calories, protein, and sugar. This way, you're still getting nourishment, but you're tricking your body into thinking it's on a full-blown fast.
And that's the whole genius of it. The goal is to fool those nutrient sensors we talked about. By keeping protein and sugar super low, the body thinks it's starving, and it kicks on those powerful rejuvenation programs, like autophagy, which is literally your cells eating up their own junk and recycling it. You get the benefits of a long fast without the misery of true starvation.
So the million-dollar question, does it actually work? Well, this number is just mind-blowing. In clinical trials, people who did just 3 cycles of this 5-day diet saw their biological age go down by an average of 2.5 years. Let that sink in. A measurable reversal of the aging clock.
Now, this is so important to understand. This is not a new fad diet you do all the time. Dr. Longo is very clear about this. You have to think of it like a powerful medical intervention, a potential medicine that you'd only use a few times a year, if you even need it. It's all about a periodic reset, not a constant state of restriction.
So fasting is obviously an incredible tool, no doubt about it. But, and this is a big but, it's just one tool in the longevity toolbox. If we're serious about this stuff, we have to look at the bigger picture.
And Dr. Spector absolutely nails it with this quote. You just can't outfast a bad diet. It's not going to work. What you're eating during your eating window matters a lot. We now know for a fact that ultra-processed foods, which make up more than half of the calories in the US and the UK, actively drive inflammation and speed up aging.
And that brings us to this term you're going to hear more and more. Inflammaging. It's exactly what it sounds like. Inflammation plus aging. The idea is that this constant, low-grade fire of inflammation, mostly fueled by a poor diet, puts your body under constant stress and directly hits the fast-forward button on aging.
So here's the real key. Fasting is amazing, but it works best when you build it on top of a super solid foundation. And what does that look like? It means kicking ultra-processed foods to the curb, eating a huge variety of plants to keep your gut microbes happy, and of course, keeping your muscles strong with exercise. Honestly, these are the non-negotiables for a long, healthy life.
So in the end, fasting is this fascinating way to tap into your body's own amazing ability to repair itself and slow down that clock. But it's a tool, not a cure-all. It supports the fundamentals of a healthy life. It doesn't replace them. So, looking at this whole picture, what's the one thing that you think is the most important part of your own longevity plan?